If you want to buy a mobile home park, you might start where everyone else does, the public listings. But industry research shows that 70% or more of the best transactions happen quietly, completely off-market. When a property hits a public platform like LoopNet, you are immediately competing against 50 or more other buyers. That competition instantly bids up the price and severely compresses your due diligence window. To bypass that bidding war, you need to find sellers before they list and position yourself as their most logical buyer. You can accomplish this without making a single cold call. You only need 3 things to execute this strategy: a computer, access to free county public records, and a specific set of high-quality physical stationery. We are abandoning mass-market spray-and-pray marketing tactics. Instead, we are building a precision, research-backed targeting system. The biggest mistake new investors make is treating park acquisitions like a residential wholesaling numbers game, assuming that blasting out enough cheap mailers will eventually force a response. A mobile home park usually represents 20 to 30 years of an owner's life work. They have seen dozens of aggressive operators come and go, and they can spot a desperate amateur instantly. To break through, you have to operate on the credibility principle. You must signal experience, respect, and patience in every single interaction. This table outlines exactly how owners process outreach. They screen out unknown numbers and distrust urgent marketing language. They respond to buyers who demonstrate consistent professionalism and respect their timeline. Winning off-market deals means you don't aggressively chase sellers. You systematically build a reputation so that when they are ready to transition, you are the only person they want to call. The first mechanical step in this system is ownership mapping. This is a dedicated research phase that has to happen before you make any contact. You will start by pulling up free local databases. Specifically, you need your target market's county assessor portals, the state's Secretary of State entity records, and local GIS, or Geographic Information System, mapping tools. From those sites, extract 3 specific pieces of data for every park: the legal ownership entity, whether the owner's mailing address matches the property address, and exactly how many years they have held the deed. Once you have that data, you apply signal translation. This means looking at dry public records and translating them into a clear probability of a seller's motivation. For example, if the tax bill goes to an out-of-state address, you are likely looking at an absentee owner. That is a strong signal of remote management fatigue. If the deed has been held for 25 years by the same person, you are likely dealing with an aging operator who is starting to consider a retirement or legacy transition. A single indicator is helpful, but the real power comes from compound probability, finding properties where multiple motivation signals overlap. Imagine finding an owner who is 75 years old, lives 3 states away, and has 5 years of deferred maintenance permits. That combination creates an incredibly high probability target. Doing this upfront research gives you informational asymmetry. Before you ever introduce yourself, you already know their exact pain points, allowing you to tailor your approach to their specific reality. If you take all that precise research and send a generic, mass-blasted letter, the effort is entirely wasted. This grid details the specific letter variants you should use based on the signals you translated. We break these down into standard, absentee, long-term, and probate outreach templates. If your mapping revealed a different mailing address, you deploy the absentee owner template. It directly acknowledges the unique exhaustion of managing tenants and maintenance from a distance. If they have held the property for decades, you use the long-term owner template. It skips the transaction pressure entirely and respectfully honors the legacy they've built, framing a potential sale around their life transition. This list highlights the critical requirements for physical assembly. In this market, the physical presentation of your mail strictly dictates whether it gets opened or thrown in the trash. You must use a 24-pound white or cream paper stock. The letter has to feel substantial to the touch, proving immediately that it isn't a cheap mass mailer. The envelope must have a cleanly typed address, never a fake handwriting font, and you must use a real physical postage stamp. Metered bulk mail is an instant red flag. Finally, you must sign every single letter by hand using blue ink. Combining highly specific, researched messaging with premium physical quality sends a clear message of its own. There is a real, capable professional on the other end of this letter. Now you have a stack of highly targeted, meticulously crafted letters, heading only to owners with a statistical probability of needing to sell. When those letters land, you must be ready. If an owner reaches out, you need to answer the phone or return their call within a strict 24-hour window while their interest is at its peak. For the owners who don't respond right away, set a calendar reminder for 45 days out. That will be your cue to send a gentle, low-pressure follow-up note. These transactions rarely happen after just one letter. The best off-market deals always go to the patient, consistent operator who quietly outlasts the noisy competition.